Now let's go to a live report from CNN right now on the death of Republican Senator Lindsey Graham that has upended the Senate ahead of what could be a pivotal few months as we head into the November midterms. From high-stakes legislative battles to judicial and cabinet confirmations, there's a lot ahead. Michael Yoshida joining us live now with more on the shifting political landscape. And Michael, what does this mean for getting things passed through Congress over the next few months?
Hi there, Colin. No question, Lindsey Graham's sudden death has really stunned Washington. And while his passing won't impact the balance of power in the Senate, with a lot on their agenda before those high-stakes midterms you mentioned, Republicans facing a new reality with the loss of a valuable voice and an impactful deal-maker.
Did you know that?
Shake-up in the Senate following the death of Republican Senator Lindsey Graham.
We have lost a statesman that would bring both sides together as he did through the legislation, but he also built a bridge for the Senate to the White House.
While Graham's death kicks off a political scramble to replace him on the November ballot, for the time being, it won't change Senate Republicans' narrow majority, as South Carolina's Republican governor is appointing a temporary replacement. Still, the GOP is losing an influential voice and a veteran deal-maker.
His voice is going to be really, really missed in terms of the relationship that Senate Republicans have with the president and his team, because he was so good and so effective at talking to the president, and he was so respected by the president.
Graham was a key player in several ongoing and upcoming legislative battles, including Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche's confirmation process. He also chaired the Senate Budget Committee, which is trying to muscle through parts of President Trump's voter ID bill. Also, amid a White House push, Graham advocated for more defense funding for the Iran war, which faces a difficult path in Congress. And he was a vocal supporter of Ukraine, just days before his death celebrating a major victory for his bipartisan push to impose crippling tariffs on countries that import Russian oil and energy sources.
It's clearly a loss for Ukraine, primarily because Lindsey Graham was a Republican who both strongly supported Ukraine and had Donald Trump's ear.
And at 4 p.m., South Carolina's governor will announce that temporary replacement for Graham. But because he was running for re-election this year, we're also going to see a sprint primary election to replace him on November's ballot. South Carolina state laws, they require that to be held in August, but all the details still being worked out over some potential concerns with conflicts with federal law. So again, a lot to keep our eyes on here as we look to see who will be that temporary replacement and then potentially also that long-term replacement for this valuable Senate seat. Colin?
And that's a great point for tonight to lead us into. As I said, South Carolina's governor going to speak on the interim replacement. There are a lot of people already lining up to try and replace Senator Graham on the ballot. Who would be the top contenders in your view?
Yeah, so a lot of names have been thrown out there just in the last 24 hours, right? Just this sudden news of this passing, and now we're starting to get a trickle of names. The one that probably national audience be most familiar with, Representative Nancy Mace, obviously did not have a successful run or campaign to be the governor of South Carolina, but there are already reports that she's potentially considering a run in this special primary. Also, the Lieutenant Governor of South Carolina, Pamela Yvette, we're told, is fielding calls about a potential run. A few final names, Rep. Ralph Norman, we're told that he is open to potentially considering a run in this primary, special primary. And then finally, Mark Lynch, who actually went up against Graham in the primary earlier this year and lost. He also is reportedly considering a run. Again, just 24 hours or so into this, a few names, but probably going to get a few others as this process continues to play out.
Sounds good. Michael Yoshida from CNN reporting for us. Michael, appreciate your time.